Hello everyone, I'm CZ Lumen and this is StarCraft 2. What we have for you right here is a Master versus a Grandmaster player. Cable Simp playing as the Protoss in the Master League versus Jason as a Grandmaster. I like seeing these kind of like mix-ups in leagues, so we're going to find out who takes home the glory of winning against the other. Although I suppose if the Grandmaster beats the Master, it's like, yeah, you know, it's kind of to be expected. But if the Master beats a Grandmaster, then it's like, whoa, ho, ho, ho. What happened? I want to know what went down. Was it better play? Was it better economy? Was it cheese? I feel like cheese is one of those things that can be a pretty big equalizer if played well. I mean, we see Cyril and other, like, just incredible players take cheese and just almost run with it. Like, they turn it around to their advantage. Absolutely impressive every single time I see something like that happen. Shout out to Loco for the games that I've actually seen doing that. Terran successfully walls off his base before it can get scouted by the Master Protoss here, leaving him very sad. He's lonely. He's knocking on the door here and he's like, hey buddy, come on, just let me in. I mean, this is polite, right? You're knocking on the door, being like, yo, you're supposed to welcome people for company. Maybe like invite them for tea or something like that. I mean, like, what's this probe gonna do? It's gonna tickle you with this little laser beam. See? Just little tickles right here. Oh. Does this probe get a kill? It does not! Thanks to RNG, he survives with 5 hit points! Woo! Regarding those 5 hit points, Loco brought up an interesting question a few weeks ago about the differences between workers. SCVs get 45 hit points, probes and drones get a total of 40. However, I feel like that's fair because probes have shields which regenerate, and they only get 20 shields, 5 and 20 hit points. I really feel like it should be 30 or 35 shields, and just like 5 to 10. And then the Zerg are able to regenerate. So, and they also, so that just seems kind of fair. Alright, we have a little bit of a slight harass with this Reaper getting chased away by an Adept. Nothing too crazy happening, just attacks the pylon a little bit, gets no probe damage, no scouting information. I'm a little surprised. I'm a little disappointed by the Grandmaster here. I would expect... yeah. He scouts that there's a second base. But beyond that, nothing else too crazy. Supply depot going in here to provide vision and make sure that there's no shenanigans going on over here. We have an idle worker. Grandmaster, come on. If you're a Grandmaster, top 1,000 in your area. What Grandmasters are. This should be, I think Masters, yeah, Grandmasters are the top 1,000. Masters are the top 12%. So, yeah, this Protoss player here in the Master League is working his way up the ladder, trying to do what he can. From here on out, when I call out workers or anything like that, I'm going to say Terran first, Protoss second. So, 28 workers to 37 workers against the Protoss. Protoss having a bit of a lead against the Terran player, as well as coming out with Phoenix. Corsairs from... okay, here we go. Reaper tries to come in and get more scouting information and realizes that there is a Stargate that has been warped in, and enough Phoenixes to be able to make short work of him. So we're gonna see this get played out here. Marine standing guard, not answering the door for anybody who knocks, but before going into a bunker, pretty hard position. We're gonna see if these Phoenixes actually get any kind of work done besides being shot at by this bunker. Missile turrets do... no, that's just a supply depot. Whoa, where was that? Where's that middle? Okay, a Widow Mine. get any of those. Yeah, I killed one of them, and splash damage killed two. Something I've learned from last game. So the last game I hosted, no, not the last game, but a couple games ago, found out more about the Widow Mine and Terran, but against the Zerg, just a force Widow Mines. He built 233 Widow Mines, and they deal 125 damage, 40 splash, with a bonus against shields. I think it's 40 bonus damage against shields, with a bonus 20 damage to shields on the splash again. So that's the more you know. How many hit points does the Corsair have? Let's see. 60 shields, 115 hit points. Yeah. I don't know why for the longest time I thought Protoss actually had fewer hit points and more shields, but that's only apparent with a few, I think, like High Templar and Archons are like that. That's, let's see, missile turret? Is that a missile turret? No missile turret. I'm a little surprised. I would expect a missile turret somewhere. This is open. Okay, we have Cyclone with the lock-on ability capable of really shutting, I believe, a full lock-on can shut down with at least one of them. I'm not sure what the full damage range is on a Cyclone. Looks like we're going to have a Skytoss that's already building up the third base and really taking the lead against the Terran army. 46 to 52 workers. Having that economic advantage, proper drone saturation, slight attack by against the Corsairs from StarCraft1 were able to basically, they had these like shoot guns that fire in the sky, or like areas. They're pretty good. They are no longer with us. At least not official. Oh, salvaging the bomber for a move out. This is a force to be reckoned with. This, you need to really respect this. Let's see, Marines, Widow Mines, Cyclones, a Sequel Viking. He's going to go in. Protoss, I thought he was going to go in and try to snipe as many SCVs as possible. Okay, he does have a little bit of an army here. Silas, and Colossus. Colossus on the way, shield batteries are set up in a defensive position, which is going to be needed here against this army. I'm going to slow it down just a little bit and find out how effective these forces are. I want you to go ahead and look at these forces here. They're getting stemmed into the natural of the Protoss base. There is nothing stopping these guys from going into the center here and doing as much damage as possible, with the Protoss army very, very close behind. So make your guess as to how effective these are going to be at knocking this out, as well as these forces. Army supply wise, we have about an even distribution in army value, but those, I mean, like, these Phoenixes aren't going to do a whole lot of good until they get here, because they're away from the base, and they're going to have to be picking up and dealing damage. They have to use energy in order to do that. So that's if these guys don't get annihilated beforehand. If it's all at once, I think Protoss here has a chance. If these guys go in and just get just absolutely destroyed, followed up by these, it should be pretty close. Then you'll have the trickle effect where basically your army comes in and just gets like annihilated one by one. Ready? And here we go. Widow Mines burrow down. Observer able to see those Widow Mines knocking out some of the Zealots, pausing to take out those Widow Mines before they can regenerate. This Terran Grandmaster is making short work of the probes that were at the natural base. Worker count even now, was even 47 to 41 now. Terran forces going in to do as much damage as they can to the economy, which is a very good move. If you're going to throw away units, you want to slow down and destroy as many production capabilities as possible of your opponent. And he is doing just that. Probes are going down, they're getting sniped and focus fired by the Marines, the Cyclone, and the Marauder that's left, taking the number from Protoss' heavy lead in the worker count down from 47 to 36 in the worker count. So Now, the Grandmaster Terran player has now secured the economic lead. Protoss is now having to rebuild, if he remembers properly, which a lot of people forget to do. He is cranking out those workers as fast as possible, oversaturation of the base. And a scan, with a scan happening, already a second force coming in, okay, scan coming in here. Probably to see if he was looking if there was any observers. Here, Marine Marauder built up with more Vikings on the back burner of this. This Grandmaster is pumping out a full-on army constantly. So this is not looking good for the Protoss, as the Protoss has had to rebuild its economy and try to catch up, with Terran basically pulling up the lead just a little bit more with 51 workers. Higher army value 79 to 60. Both forces building up as fast as possible. Phoenix is scouting around looking for bugs. Are they gonna get? Is that gonna get sniped by the wheel line? This might get sniped by the wheel line. Yep, it's gonna get sniped by the wheel line. Ouch. All right, they were able to take that Widowmine out. Stemmed Terrans coming in to try to take out those Phoenixes, but the Phoenixes are going to get away. Vikings in pursuit? Nope. Terran backs off just a little bit. 53 to 55 workers. Protoss has caught up. The economy is balancing back out. Terran, I think, is using mules. Not upgrading any of this. Oh, upgraded one of the supply depots with the little this little supply hat, which helps out a little bit. Third command center is getting ready to be plopped down on the third expansion, with both sides taking up. Wait, there is this Archon? Okay, Archon has joined the Protoss forces. 87 to 73 army supply, pretty much evened out on the workers, not including mules. So this is fourth base coming up for the Protoss player. This is a master player, Master Protoss versus a Grandmaster Terran. Both sides are staying respectful from each other. Looks like Terran is going to build up just a little bit more. He probably thinks he was in the lead and was just taking that just a little bit further, building another command center, not expecting this to get attacked in the future by building an orbital command, which is going to supply him fuels, supply depot hats, and scans, which is very helpful here. At least we're going to find out in just a second. A lot of medevacs here, getting ready to support this bio army. Only a +1 to weapons for that bio army by the Terran. No other upgrades have been for either side by the looks of it. 62 to 61 workers. Both sides are building up their workforce as much as possible, keeping neck and neck. 104 to 93 armies. Terran is just slightly in the lead, holding on to that. Both economy and military advantage just a little bit. Looks like we're getting ready to have some sort of drop. This is going to get pretty bad if he's not paying attention. These Phoenixes are going to see this and knock it out, but they don't. It is totally missed, and those Marines are going to drop down. Looks like they're going to have a small attack here against this fourth Protoss base. It's going to be a pincer attack, so it looks like Protoss may have to decide here real quick. Decides to go all in, defending the upper base. He might have F2 all army hotkeyed everybody to defend this base here. In the Kansas City shuffle with an attack from the south, this might be the deciding fight of this match. Here we go. He's a Grandmaster for a reason. This isn't his first rodeo. Sacrificing a group of Marines, and he knows he's not going to get those guys back. All right. The Master Protoss player was appropriate in making sure that he didn't send all of his forces to that attack. But now we have Colossi going up against this bio army. We have no way to attack these Vikings here, but these Vikings are able to attack these. Oh no, we have 1 stalker? We have 9 stalkers somewhere on this map. They're all up here. Okay. So this is... I want you to take a moment. If you were the Marines in this position, or if you were the Terran in this position, what would you do? Go in and attack as much as possible and see what kind of damage you do. If you're the Protoss, what would you do? Would you stand and fight and try to get your probes out? Do you think you would win this match pretty hands down? Is this match in your favor? Obviously, these forces are going to come down here to reinforce this upcoming fight, but we're going to find out if this is going to be actually. Is this a ghost? Yeah, we have a ghost on the scene. It's spotted out pretty quick and annihilated. Vikings taking out those Colossi. Those Colossi were... Oh! Oh! Oh, yeah. I want to go back to that. I totally missed that. Here we go. We have a disruptor. We have 2 disruptors. And instead of splitting his army, the Grandmaster straight up goes after the disruptor. Here we go. This Purifier Orb comes in, gets destroyed, saving his units, and the Protoss just gets annihilated. Archon plus Stalkers are trying to fight this off as much as possible. Terran split forces and 5 Conquerors. Great job fighting this out. These Phoenixes being pretty much useless in this fight. Pick up the property. Not Marauders cleaning up the Stalkers just fine. Yep, that's it. GG is called by the Protoss player. And the Grandmaster holds on to his title. I don't think he would have been shut down too masterly if he had lost this match, but you have a little bit of a reputation on the line here. If losing to somebody with a lower reputation, I believe Grandmaster gets a few of the Master's points, but had the Master Protoss beaten the Grandmaster, he would have gotten significantly more and build up that ladder. I have seen, God, what was it? I think it might have been League of Legends where somebody won a game and dropped down a league. And that was funny. And it was just how the competitive thing worked. Like, he went against a lower ranking group, and basically somebody out-promoted him and kicked him out because of the percentile and how the percentages work. Because Diamond is I believe, the top 60 to 80% of players. And so if you win a match, but you just gain a few points, but somebody at the same time is gaining more points, you just get dropped down. So that was like a funny little moment. Anyway, GG, good game between these 2 players. Good economy, good base building. Both players do have a lot in the bank. Looks like the Grandmaster was having a hard time spending his money, but I mean, who am I to judge? He would have stomped me a long time ago. Fantastic work by both sides. Good expansion by the Protoss player. Not the air attack. The air army probably is what killed him. Had he gone more of a ground-based army, he would have been able to handle this bio ball a little bit better. I don't know what indicators he could have detected. Here's the question: did he know about these barracks? Did he know that this Terran player was going to go bio? So let's see. Let's look at his. He did, actually. He knew there's a triple racks with a starport and a factory. I don't know when he knew this, but he scouted this recently and should have been at least kind of aware. Whenever you see a triple racks going up, especially with the tech labs, that's a good indicator of it's going to be a very bio heavy army, versus if there was multiple factories or multiple starports. So probably something that might have helped clue him in, because as far as I know, Phoenixes do not do a good job countering a bio army. There's just too many units to deal with. Beyond that, It is beyond my knowledge, my skill level, to really really judge appropriately here. But tell me what you liked, what you didn't like. Make sure to like and comment below, and I hope you have a fantastic day.